Hi, I'm Andre from Connect Consulting. I am here today on behalf of Veronica Lane to seek your investment and support the business in transitioning into an online retailing model while securing business continuity and accelerating growth. Risk is a normal part of life. As individuals, we manage risk on a daily basis. We wash our hands to protect ourselves from germs. We put on shoes to protect our feet, and we childproof our homes, etc. As organizations, we manage risks by hiring the best possible candidates for our roles. We share the best practice examples. We differentiate against our competitors, and we invest in most promising deals. But what about when something unexpected happens? Something that has a capacity to challenge the very norms of living. The COVID-19 pandemic has brought about a new normal to our lives. We now work differently, we learn differently, and we shop differently. But what impact did the COVID pandemic have on the retail industry specifically? Well, public safety during the health crisis becomes the highest priority for the governments and businesses alike. State and territory governments in Australia have the power to enact various emergency protocols. We've seen lockdowns, they've been imposed on retail businesses at various points of time and for various length of time. Density requirements introduced for retail stores, head office workers required to work from home, social distancing, mandatory face mask wearing, and so on and so forth. Bricks and mortar retailers like Veronica Lane have been the most impacted by the lockdowns. Specifically, the pandemic and the government restrictions have posed the risk of store closures and consequently a substantial loss of revenues. Consumer sentiment becomes unpredictable during the times of uncertainty. Consumers are concerned about their safety, and some choose to mitigate risk of exposure to the virus and simply not go to public spaces, such as physical retail stores. Therefore, another risk for Veronica Lane is loss of revenues due to shifting consumer sentiment and buying behavior. According to the Australian Bureau of Statistics, unemployment rate in Australia peaked at 7.5% in July 2020, and we cannot underestimate the impact pandemic has on employee mental health, as fear of losing job, social isolation, health concern, and other factors come into play. This can significantly impact the business operations due to increased absenteeism and also decline in employee engagement. As you now can see, all these factors place enormous pressure on businesses like Veronica Lane. And so I was hired to support Veronica Lane to transition to an online business model. However, in today's climate, it's no longer just about turning on the switch and launching a shoppable website. The challenge for Veronica Lane is to implement a compliant and COVID-safe online retailing business model that would not only allow it to continue to operate and generate revenues, but also provide a meaningful employment for existing staff and secure a positive shopping experience for its customers today and into the future. And so the question arises, what can we do to mitigate the current risk posed by COVID-19? And at the same time, what can be done to make the business flourish in this environment? And I'm excited to share a solution with you that will not only achieve a COVID-safe practice, but also the opportunity to generate additional income for the business and lay a strong foundation for future growth. Solution that incorporates compliance, organizational resilience, and ROI for you. And this is to launch a host of COVID-safe services. Together, we will transition the business from a traditional bricks and mortar retailing model to the new model of multi-channel operation with COVID-safe, consumer-relevant services at its core. We will manage and mitigate the risk that the pandemic has brought to Veronica Lane. We will take effective measurements to protect health and safety of our employees, service providers, and also our customers, regardless of how they choose to shop with us. And we will build a data-driven business that strives for operational excellence. The greatest benefit of having COVID-safe services with the online business model is the ability to generate regardless of government lockdowns. Veronica Lane will be able to remove barriers to shop and service existing customers remotely through online selling and also online styling services. At the same time, this would add more value to the business by removing geographical boundaries and reaching to the new consumers that are accustomed to shopping digitally. Australia Post reported an increase in online purchases of over 13% over the past 5 years. Whilst pandemic inflated this growth significantly, McKinsey reported that consumers are likely to continue the behaviors they adopted during the pandemic, such as shopping online. Therefore, it highlights how important it is for Veronica Lane to pursue an online business model in response to the change in consumer behaviors. What is important to note is that successful online integration is about understanding what consumers want and then reflecting that in their online experience. And that's where an array of relevant, customer-centric services can add significant value. Veronica Lane has a deep understanding of its customers and their needs and desires, and the services offered would provide tailored solutions that feature safety, convenience, and freedom of choosing how they want to shop. COVID-safe services not only address the needs of our customers, but also employees and service providers. It will facilitate a safe working environment for all. And furthermore, expanding into an online space would create an additional roles for the business, creating a meaningful employment for those who could be affected during the lockdowns. Additionally, some services will be delivered by the means of third-party providers. Growing our business will also benefit service providers and overall industry of fashion retailing. Now, I am sure you will be pleased to hear that sales of services will provide additional revenue stream for the business. Through careful planning approach and pricing approach, we can project that these services can actually be profitable. Last but not least, servicing our customers digitally offers an opportunity to collect data and analyze valuable consumer insights. When approached correctly, Veronica Lane would be able to track consumer patterns, net promoter scores, and customer feedback. And this information, coupled with AI capabilities, could enhance strategic decision making, and it could give the business strategic competitive advantage. So in summary, we will be able to provide a safe working shopping environment, secure meaningful employment for our employees, achieve additional income stream, and transition Veronica Lane to becoming a data-driven business. Imagine the possibilities we can achieve together with your investment. Taking the business from a place of managing the risk of pandemic towards thriving in a new era of digital era and growing its market. Thank you for listening. I invite you to a follow-up meeting where we can discuss the details of the investment and also ROI.